Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Aida and I'll be your MC for today's OQGN Gas Network IPO session. Today we're here to dive into details about OQGN Gas Network's initial public offering and answer all the questions that you might have about the IPO. This initiative aligns with the directives of the Oman Investment Authority, aiming to partner with the national and local private sector in the assets it owns in government companies. It also seeks to encourage investors, citizens, and residents to invest and benefit from this opportunity. To get a clearer picture, please join me in welcoming Yahya Al-Zajjali from the IPO team as he shares key insights about OQGN Gas Network's IPO with us.
في بس حالك انت لا. Good evening, dear colleagues. I'm Yahya Al-Zajjali from the IPO execution team. It's a pleasure to welcome you all in this informative session. We're here today to share an exciting opportunity, the one of OQGN Gas Networks, where it embarks its path to be a publicly listed company. OQGN has come a long way since its inception, driven by innovation, determination, and the unwavering support of its partners and shareholders. Now, we stand on the cusp of a new chapter, a chapter that promises growth, expansion, and countless opportunities. An IPO is not just a financial milestone, it's a strategic decision to share our success with a broader audience, in addition to sharing the opportunity with the public to join our incredible journey, which will fuel our ambitions for the future. In today's presentation, we're going to take you through the details of OQGN's offering. But before we do that, let's go through the reasoning behind this IPO. We're going for an IPO as part of the OIA divestment plan, which aims to support the goals of Oman Vision 2040 by the privatization of the government investments, which will enhance the efficiency, generate the revenue, expand the investor base, and to refocus the government resources into other investment opportunities. That's in addition to attracting foreign investments, which will foster the economic growth while strengthening Oman's financial competitiveness and stability. Moreover, to stimulate the Muscat Stock Exchange by diversifying the offerings and the investment opportunities within the MSX, which will support its growth toward international standards on the stock exchange. In terms of the offer structure, the shareholders intend to offer up to 49% of their shares on the MSX, where 40% of the offering is the size of the institutional tranche. With a number of shares over 800 million number of shares, institutions will be able to subscribe at this IPO at a price range of 131 to 140 basis per share. The minimum order number of shares is 100,000 shares per order, increased by multiple of hundreds after that. There is no maximum order size for this tranche. In terms of the allocation of the institutional tranche has been divided as follows. 50% of the tranche has been allocated to the local institutional applicants with an allocation mechanism on a pro rata basis, while the other 50% has been reserved for the international institutional applicants, and the allocation mechanism on this tranche will be decided by the selling shareholder. The subscription period for the institutional tranche is open now and will close on the 9th of October. On the other hand, the 30% of the offering structure has been allocated for the retail tranche, with a number of shares over 600 million number of shares. Retail will be able to subscribe at this IPO at a price of 126 basis per share, calculated as the maximum price of 140 basis per share less a discount of 10%. Retail minimum order size is 1,000 shares per order, increased by a multiple of hundreds after that. So We're looking at the size of 89 million Omani Riyal for this tranche only. The allocation for the retail tranche will be in a pro rata basis, with a possible minimum allocation determined by the Capital Market Authority based on the oversubscription multiples in this tranche. The subscription period for the retail tranche is open now and will close on the 5th of October. The remaining 30% of the offer structure has been allocated for the anchor investors, where we've received a commitments from the following list of anchors, with a number of shares of 600,000 shares. The list of anchors OQGN's IPO managed to attract is as follows. The Saudi Omani Investment Company, a wholly owned entity by the Sovereign Wealth Fund of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is well known across the world, being one of the largest and most impactful sovereign wealth funds across the world. This anchor has also participated in Abraj Energy IPO as an anchor investor, owns a stake of 9.8% of the company. The second anchor in our list is Falcon Investments, a wholly owned subsidiary by the Sovereign Wealth Fund of the State of Qatar, which is considered among the largest and most active sovereign wealth funds in the world. This anchor also invests across a wide range of asset classes and regions, as well as building partnerships with leading institutions around the world. The last anchor in our list is Fluxus International, a wholly owned subsidiary of Fluxus. Fluxus is an independent infrastructure operator, operates in Belgium and Europe. It operates around 24,000 kilometers of pipelines and liquefied gas terminals through its companies across the world. Fluxus shares a similar business model and industry as OQGN, where it has been selected as a strategic partner to OQGN's journey. In terms of the timeline, we expect to announce the final price with the allocation on the 12th of October. The commencement of the refund process will start on the 17th of October. Inshallah, we hope to list OQGN on MSX on the 24th of October. Before I conclude my part on this session, it's worth noting that OQGN has an attractive dividend policy where it's expected to pay around 44 million for the year end of 2023, where the first payment will be in January 2024 with a value of 33 million Omani Riyal, and the remaining 11 million will be paid on April 2024. It's worth also noting that OQGN has acquired the Sharia compliance certificate for this IPO. So this IPO is in compliance with the Sharia standards implemented in the MSX. In conclusion, this IPO is about building stronger future together with our new investors. We're thrilled to embark on this journey with all of you, and we're committed to making this process as smooth, informative, and rewarding as possible. You can find more details about the offering and the company in its website. Thank you.
Thank you, Yahya. Now we would like to invite Majid Al-Zajjali, VP Technical Services at OQGN, to the stage to shed light on the OQGN business model and its financial performance.
Thank you, Aida and Yahya. Good afternoon, dear colleagues who are attending with us today physically and who are joining us virtually as well. Thank you very much for joining us today for this IPO awareness session related to the OQGN. I'm Majid Al-Zajjali, VP Technical Services. I'm part of the management team of the OQGN. I will now take you through a few slides that tell you more about us and in OQGN and why we believe OQGN is an exciting investment opportunity. As the sole operator of Oman Gas Transportation Network, OQGN is a critical part for the Sultanate infrastructure landscape. OQGN operates at the intersection of the gas producers and gas consumers. We have over 4,000 kilometers of the pipelines supported with 25 gas supply stations and 3 compressor stations. In the next slide, I will be taking you through a key investment highlight and our equity story. OQGN offers investors with an investment opportunity that is hard to come by. More specifically, our business model provides a profitable cash flow and profitable and stable cash flows underpinned by predictable and stable performance and also underpinned by a growing regulatory asset base and a positive relationship with the Authority for Public Services Regulation, who is an effective national regulator. We have ambitious growth plans for the business and expect much more to come. This includes being in a position to play a core role in Omani hydrogen and carbon capture strategy. And finally, we don't see ESG as nice to have, but rather have ESG firmly embedded in our core strategy. I will quickly run you through a bit more of these points to give you a bit more understanding about OQGN business. Firstly, thanks to the 50 years concession agreement, OQGN enjoys a natural monopoly, and this allows us to deliver stable and predictable financial performance. The regulatory asset framework provides a regulated revenue system and allows us for a stable and cost-reflective revenue stream, not affected by changes in the prices or volume of the gases transported during the price control period. Currently, our price control period is set for the 3 years, which supports stable profitability margins and stability against the volatility in commodity prices. Our stable financial performance, growing asset base, and efficient capital structure provide incentives for cost efficiencies and enable predictable cash flow profile. In this slide, we are proud to show as an OQGN, we have grown our regulated asset base even during COVID to more than $2.5 billion as of 2022. OQGN has a stable financial performance, efficient capital structure, and a large and growing regulated asset base. As of 31st of December 2022, our RAP asset amounts of 972 million Oman Riyal, with approximate 3% RAP compound annual growth rate during the period 2020 to 2022. Our superior cash flow generation can seen by 78.6% of regulated adjusted cash conversion for the financial year 2022. Our robust capital structure posts ample room for leverage capital with 3.3 times adjusted net debt over regulated adjusted EBITDA and 0.3 adjusted net debt over RAP as of 31st of December 2022. We also have 47 years of remaining in our concession, which highlights the protected nature of our business model. Our established regulatory framework underpins the predictable and stable long-term cash flows and this is ensured by the Authority for Public Services Regulation. The scope of the APSR encompasses of natural gas, water, electricity, and wastewater. In this slide, I would like to shed light on our three key factors drives our growth strategy in OQGN. The near-term expansion and long-term transformative growth, which underpins the strong growth prospects. We are strongly positioned to play an essential role in energy transition through facilitating hydrogen transportation and development of Oman carbon capture national strategy. The third point is that OQGN is run by an experienced management team with a strong track record of a successful project delivery in the gas sector. ESG and sustainability is firmly embedded in our core strategy across all the areas, and our strategic priorities are well aligned with Oman's ambitious ESG agenda. We are doing a tremendous amounts of work in this area and have a team solely focused on the ways how we measure and manage our emissions. We conducted more than 2,400 hours of the HSE training, both for our employees and vendors. We are working on decarbonization strategy, and we are preparing to deploy infrastructures towards clean energy transitions. In conclusion, this listing is not just a positive moment for OQGN, but another step in progressing Oman national objectives, and it is a success for all of us. This IPO will enable further growth and expansion in coming years. This investment opportunity reflects the Sultanate's ambitions to enhance its capital market, both domestically and globally. OQGN's business has a great track record, and we expect to go from strength to strength, just building on this success. Thank you so much for your listening.
Thank you, Majid. After this great introduction, if you're considering investing by now, there's a process to follow. We have Ahmed Al-Kindi, Senior Manager Studies and External Relations at Muscat Clearing and Depository, who will explain how to go about opening an investor account.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for inviting me to speak about how to open an investor account in MCD through our channels. It's a critical part, right? Okay. This investor account is necessary to start your investment in IPOs or in secondary market in MSX. So I'm gonna give you that's a brief about how to open an account through our channels, which is we have 4 channels. We have the website, we have the Oman Stocks, which has been launched 10 days ago. It's available in Google Play and iOS or Apple Store. And you may go to the Senate office to open an account there in the MCD. As well, the final one that's who cannot open an investor account, we can use that by paper form, which is we can open an account for him or for anyone in the MCD itself, in our building. So let's talk about the website. This website also has been enhanced after the Abraj IPO, because it was too low on Abraj. Around 40 shareholders buys in the IPO in Abraj. Through the website, you can open an account. It's very easy. It's for you or for your minors. That's by using the BKI as well. I don't know the slides they have sent that because I can't see. May I go there? Okay. I don't know. I have to explain that in practical place, but I cannot. Otherwise, thank you very much. The application, the website, you need some necessary documents. You need that your ID and bank account information that it's fit the number you have added in the website as well as in the card, because sometimes some of the investors they write that the account number wrongly, so we have to match that to the account, which is the same as well in the card, the bank card. I will go to the Oman Stocks, which is more easy and is launched 10 days ago. Oman Stocks market, it's been launched recently, and I will give you a number. In September, we have opened 21,000 accounts through the website and then through the application. This application is connected with the Mala'a, which is belong to the CBO. And this is need only 2 ways to register through the application. That through the BKIs, who has the BKI, he can use this. The application is very easy. Otherwise, we have face recognition. If you don't have BKIs, you have to use the face recognition. You need only to scan your card, ID card from both sides, and then you go through the steps, and then to go to the financial part, which is for all accounts you have got on local banks. It will be available in the application. Just choose your bank and choose your account, and then go through and then submit, and immediately within 1 minute you will get the investor account. I will ask someone who doesn't have an investor account to come and to open for him. That's investor account. Anyone doesn't have? You don't have?
Don't have.
Okay. Do you have your ID card?
Yes, I have my ID
Please. Would you like to show you that's how to, or in the later in the session? It's okay. نفتح له يعني نفتح له رقم مستثمر الحين هنا عملي. هو عشان كذا لايف انا اللي هذا، لكن المشكله ما بيعكس هنا، فنضطر انه يعني بس نرويكم على هذا شو اسمه والشو يعني. بليز كم. Yesterday, because start the IPO, it was too low in our application and our website. So I apologize about yesterday. We have to try to enhance our website and the application till 3 a.m. this morning. Okay. لا اعطيني بطاقتك الأصلية. بطاقتك الأصلية. والله. اوكي. لا ما ينفع كوبي. ها؟ Inshallah. Okay. The slides here, you may share the slides to the staff. They can go through the slides, which is, this is the steps how to open an account. I think so. Once you share it, and then they can go through the live with the Oman stock application by using the steps here. There is one step. It's about, where is it? About the tax, which is by default is no, because Omani not request to fill that form. So for Omani, it's go by default is no or la. If you use the Arabic one, that's la, or an English one is no. So you don't need to fill, but the foreigners, they need to fill that form. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ahmed, for the detailed walkthrough of the investor account opening process. Thanks to you, now everyone can become an investor.